Good day, Chief here for Bespoke Post. I already opened up the outer box and the plastic. This had a sharper plastic. I did get the item recommended for me this month, which here says it's the wood-tied 2-piece Gyuto and utility knife sets. And had plastic around this that I had to cut away and do that. I have not looked at this yet, so this will be okay. Is it a magnetic box? Nope, it's just one of those boxes. It's very hard to open. Here we go, and got some foam covering the top. Oh, hear that peel? I put some sticky stuff on it, and guess what? The knives have plastic on them. Yeah, you know me and plastic. Whoops, here we go. Pull first one out, the big one. Appears to be very sharp. I'll pull the plastic off and throw that off to the side. We got a plastic tip. These little plastic tips I keep because all the other knife sets that came with them, as soon as I wash them, that thing goes right back on, so I don't poke myself with it. This has a Damascus finish to it. Marcellin is probably the brand name. Don't know the country of origin, since we don't get cards anymore explaining what this stuff is. Not trying to poke my fingers here. Putting the plastic tip back on, as I say. That's the big one. Then we got the small one. Same thing, nice Damascus finish on it. I don't know if it'll show up. Probably going to focus more on me than the knife itself. And I remember the description that this is some kind of wood. I can't remember what the wood is. Guess I should have looked it up. They're nice and light, but I don't know how super sharp. Well, I know how sharp they are, but I don't know how super sharp they are. So, ouch, I did poke myself. Did not break skin. 7 pounds of pressure. But it is an owie, but no blood yet. So those are the knives. I'll add them to my collection. I got plenty of carving knives and other knives. I do like to cook. I cook for my neighbors around Christmas time because I enjoy cooking at that time. And Marcellin wood tied is the name of the knives. And like I said, I'll add it to my other knives. Do have a lot of updates. I just recently went to Amsterdam and I took a lot of my clothing that I have purchased on this site. I took my line of trade shirts that I've gotten recently. I think I've gotten this shirt and another similar shirt probably within the last 6, 7, 8 months. Really don't know. These are comfortable because I think I mentioned last time I wore this one, but I didn't like the feel of the fabric on the outside. But wearing it, it was light, it was comfortable, it kept me warm. Then I also got the field jacket. I think I've already talked about this jacket also. I think this is line of trade. So like I said, I do love the line of trade clothing, and as I said, I have looked the site up online, and it looks like Bespoke Post is its major purchaser because everything similar to what I have ordered always seems to be completely out of stock on the site. So looks like Bespoke Post is their main customer. Then I also took the raincoat. The last 2 days that I was in Amsterdam, it got really cold and it got really wet. I got rained on going out to eat. I found a lovely bagel shop. So if anybody's in Amsterdam, go to Bagels and Beans. It's a very good bagel shop. They have a breakfast menu. They open at 8:30 in the morning and they close at 5. So they probably run out of bagels by then. And they make a good latte. They made a real good latte. So I had lots of lattes. That was my coffee fix while I was over there. And then also at night, because at home, yeah, I don't wear much. Ooh, Chief, too much information. Not really. But when I go on trips, I like to wear a set of pajamas, and these are the Unsimply Stitch. So I got this blue color, and I also got a gray color of it. And these are also comfortable, and I actually overheated one night. Since their AC is based on Celsius, which is like, what, 1.5 to 2 degrees to ours. So even at 22.5, I was either roasting or freezing, which was really strange while I was in the hotel room. So that's an update. Like I said, I do love line of trade clothing. The shirts are nice. I also had the short sleeve shirt. Forgot to bring it out. Wore that, I think, one day because first few days I was there, it was nice and hot. Lots of Americans. I was quite surprised. Even the English spoken and American spoken, because, like I said, lots of Americans. And some of them appeared to be living there, and some of them appeared to be on vacation. But according to my guidebook, everything is, that is a touristy town year-round. And here it is, what, mid-spring, and everything was crowded. There were lines everywhere. I didn't purchase any tickets in advance because I just didn't. I didn't know when and where I was going to be. I don't like to be regulated as to, oh, I got to be here at 2 p.m., but I guess if I want to see something. But what I did find strange is that Anne Frank's house is in a row of houses, so that means there's no dividing walls, yes, but there's no space in between those walls, between one house to the next house to the next house. But however, in that row of houses, Anne Frank's was completely encased, so you couldn't even see the outside of her house from the street. You had to have your ticket, be there at your appointed time to go through and tour Anne Frank's house. Amsterdam's nice, but like I said, it is a touristy town. I didn't bring back any souvenirs. It wasn't my purpose. It was just to have a vacation and see something else. I am Netherlands by heritage. My grandparents both immigrated, and they lived 75 miles apart when they met here in America. So, and a lot of Dutch people speak English, so even, like I said, I heard a lot of English. Even heard Dutch, because I'm like, oh, that's a Dutch person speaking English, and they were talking to another Dutch person that was speaking English. And lots of bikes. Amsterdam's full of bikes. Stay out of their bike lanes, even if they crowd the sidewalk with their parked bikes. Stay out of their bike lanes. They'll yell at you, even though they may crowd the sidewalk with their bikes. Had a couple run-ins. I actually had a lady cut in front of me on her bike, and I had to come to a dead stop, and she just looked at me and goes, "Thank you." I mean, it was either that or knock her down. So, yeah. So, Bespoke posts, another set of knives. Whenever I use these things, I will let you know and give you an update on those. Line of trade clothing, Unsimply Stitched. Hey, and then the Bread and Boxers brand is not bad, but that's just mostly sweatpants that I've gotten from them. So, this is Chief out. Update on some clothing. Comfortable. It was light. Even the so-called field jacket style was cool enough and warm enough on a cooler day there, so I wasn't overheating, because I generally overheat when I walk any great distance. Just the way I am, quirky that way. So this is Chief out. Once again for Bespoke posts for the month of May. Freedom's not free, and you know what to do with veterans. Thank you.